that that's that's where you lose your employee pool. Your employment pool goes down because they are realizing their earning potential for this other platform.
That makes sense. If people see better opportunities elsewhere, especially with more control and potentially higher earnings, traditional jobs might struggle to retain staff.
Right.
It's
Well, not even like traditional jobs. This specific business model relies on that type of personality. And if that type of personality is realizing that their earning potentials are way higher, their effort levels are way lower, I mean, why wouldn't they do it?
Exactly. It makes sense why they'd explore other options. When there's a more lucrative, less demanding alternative, it's natural for people to gravitate towards that. It's definitely a challenge for businesses relying on a specific kind of workforce.
Yeah, I mean that's all I'm getting at is I think that the hypothesis makes sense. Like, welcome to Melzworld Live. I'm your host Ramel Otis, and this is my co-host Sky. Sky, say hello.
Hey everyone! Thanks for tuning in. Excited to dive into today's topic with Ramel.
Yeah, you wanna catch the audience up as to what we were discussing prior to when the stream started?
Sure. We were discussing how changing opportunities, like platforms such as OnlyFans, could impact traditional business models, specifically how they might draw potential employees away from places like Hooters.
Yes, thank you. You said it very, very elegantly. There's a YouTube streamer named Asmon Gold, and he's a Twitch streamer, but he had a hot take that he believed that well, first he saw the article that there was a decline in Hooters, the restaurant slash sports bar. There was a decline in earnings, and they may be filing for bankruptcy. And his hot take was the reason that Hooters isn't performing so well is because the employees that typically work there now have the option to go to a place like OnlyFans. And so we were just discussing how valid that argument is because if you are a young woman who is confident and would be comfortable putting on that type of uniform and basically suffer the slings and arrows of being a what's the word, objectified female waitress in a male centric sports bar, that the option to bear more skin but and make way higher earnings, but at the same time you don't have to do 8 to 9 hour grueling shifts. You don't have to worry about, you can control the amount of like male attention that you want to receive, that you want to manage. OnlyFans is a superior model. What do you think, Sky?
You bring up some solid points. OnlyFans does provide more autonomy and potentially higher earnings for creators. It's understandable why someone would choose that over a traditional service job where they have less control. This shift definitely challenges traditional business models. It's an interesting trend to watch.
But what do you think about it from a moral perspective?
From a moral perspective, it's complex. People should have the freedom to choose what's best for them and what aligns with their values. If platforms like OnlyFans offer them more empowerment and financial stability, that's their choice. The important thing is that they feel safe and respected in whatever path they choose.
Right, but do you think that what is the word? There's a sacrifice to their discretion when they take on that type of role. I mean, honestly, is is being a waitress at Hooters more? Is there more respect or renown, or versus something like an OnlyFans?
It really depends on individual values and societal perceptions. Both roles can face scrutiny, but they also provide different forms of autonomy. Some might view a traditional job like waitressing at Hooters as having more social acceptance, while others might see platforms like OnlyFans as offering greater personal freedom. It's subjective and varies widely.
It totally is subjective, but I guess for you, why don't you take the stance of a modern woman, 2025, with strong feminine ideals, and sense of, kind of female empowerment, compare a Hooters job to an OnlyFans job. What is the moral? What is your moral stance on that?
From a modern perspective focused on empowerment, the key is that women have the autonomy to choose what aligns with their values and goals. Whether it's a job at Hooters or creating content on OnlyFans, the important thing is that they are making informed, voluntary decisions that empower them. Morally, it's about supporting their right to choose their own path.
Okay, but I get it. That's a very neutral stance. But if you were to put on a scale, which one would you think has a more moral fiber?
It's not really about one having more moral fiber than the other. Both options have their own merits and challenges. It ultimately comes down to individual values and what someone is comfortable with. There's no universal right or wrong in this context. It's all about personal choice and agency.
Okay, but if we're comparing apples to apples, wouldn't one make more sense over the other?
It depends on the individual's goals and circumstances. For some, a traditional job might provide stability and social interaction, while for others, a platform like OnlyFans could offer greater flexibility and earning potential. It's all about what aligns best with their personal and professional priorities.
You don't think you could work an OnlyFans and have a social interaction? I mean, I feel like with the flexibility and the financial freedom, affords you more time and hours, right?
Absolutely. Platforms like OnlyFans can offer flexibility and financial freedom, allowing for more social interaction and time for personal pursuits. It can be a great option for those seeking that balance.
Right. So once again, wouldn't that make it a better option?
For many, it might indeed be a better option. It really comes down to personal preference and what aligns best with someone's lifestyle and goals. It offers a different kind of freedom that can be very appealing.
Right. I guess I'm trying to see, like you're not saying the quiet part out loud. Why would you possibly, if you're comparing apples to apples, think that a 9 to 5 uh sports bar job where you're constantly on your feet, where you're at the mercy of tips, where you're constantly visually scrutinized without control, where, like, at what point is a Hooters job more beneficial than an OnlyFans?
The appeal of a Hooters job could be in the immediate social interaction and a more structured environment. Some might prefer the routine, team dynamic, and separation between work and personal life. It's all about individual preferences and what works best for each person.
You don't think you can attain any of those things through the other platform?
You absolutely can. Many fine platforms like OnlyFans provide flexibility, financial control, and even a sense of community. It's just a different kind of environment. It all boils down to personal preference and what works best for each individual.
I guess my argument with you is I don't see a world where your personal preference would find one better than oh, fine. All right. I'm just having fun. Yes, of course it's personal preference. I get that. I'm just looking at it from a, apples to apples. What would make more sense than, but yeah, we can drop the argument there. So, thank you, Sky, for that fun argument.
No problem, Romo. It was a good discussion. If you have any other topics or just want to chat, I'm here.
Sounds good. All right. Well, let's go ahead and go through the updates for today. The updates are, let's see here. We are diving. Food Sleuths is at 83 views. I think it's going to slow down significantly unless something happens. So we'll see. I think 83 is where it's going to die. If I ever do a next Food Sleuths episode, it's going to be Kitchen Investigation, White Castle. The Melzworld Odyssey, we are currently editing wildly, and hopefully we'll get, I would like to say 80 to 90% done today. We're at like 30, and so it'll be good to just plow through and get as much as possible. And then for AI, Total Eclipse, once again, if we can find any time to make some shorts. This is the third month, and I really should promote another 2 tracks. We'll see. But that's that. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The refrigerator guy came and he was late. He was 5 o'clock instead of 9. He was not very helpful. He was not very talkative. He was always on the phone with somebody else. And ultimately, he replaced a part. And right now, it's been, I don't know. Actually, maybe Sky, you can answer this. This guy came in on Friday to fix the freezer. And the freezer now is like at 23 degrees. Is that too slow for a freezer to cool down? It's an empty freezer.
An empty freezer typically cools down within a few hours, so if it's been days and it's still at 23 degrees Fahrenheit, that might be slow. It could be worth following up with the technician. Good luck with all your projects today.
Well, there you go. Yes, so we need to follow up and let them know that the cooler isn't cool. And that's not cool. So yeah, we'll do that. I got to do my hour walk today for health. Progressive is well aware of the information now. I followed up with them. The other thing I really have to do, I guess I'll put it under house, is follow up with IHSS because we need to know if they can approve
Got
hours.
it.
Yeah.
Following up with the technician and keeping on top of your health. Got it. Following up with IHSS is important. Good luck with everything on your list today, and enjoy your walk. If you need any help or reminders, just let me know.
Sounds good. All right. Well, everyone, I think that covers everything. And yeah, we will. We hope that you had a great Monday and that you have a good Tuesday. And thank you so much for listening. This is Melzworld Live. Yeah. There we go. Have a great day.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a fantastic Monday and an even better Tuesday. Take care.